Hey, you guys, I have missed you guys all week, first and foremost, all week. So I'm so excited to be on here. Um, I will be uploading a few videos today, and chances are I'll just do them as live chats, one after the other. And I'm going to break them up. Of course, I like to break up topics. It makes it easier for people to find content later on. And I'll probably do some administrative work later on the channel, building some new playlists and tagging videos on the end and all these other things that YouTubers do to help their channels flow a little better. Okay. With that being said, you will hear my twins playing downstairs. I can hear them, but they cannot hear me. If they come up, I might pause because this is, an adult topic here. Also, with this list, is not all inclusive. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let me just get my daughter involved, which I should have got her beforehand. Hold on, you guys. All right. So yeah, I have a 18-year-old daughter, so she's gonna hop in with them too. But yeah, this isn't an all-inclusive list. There are obviously other reasons that a narcissist can stop sleeping with you. But there are things that's like common sense that I don't have to put on this list. Like, okay, the narcissist is in jail. Okay, we don't have to put that on the list, you guys. And hey, Melanie Adams, I'm doing well today and excited to be on, on a platform, putting some content out. I'll be missing you guys when I'm away. Um, what I will say also is make sure, when you enter the chat, feel free to hit the like button. It's a great way to support the channel. I'm trying to grow the channel, you guys, and I need all of your support and help to do that. It's definitely not a one-woman show. And YouTube is set up where the audience and the content creator have to work together for the channel to grow. All right, so thank you to all my day ones and people that show support. With all of that being said, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump into my list here. And like I said, at the end, I have a bonus reason, and it might even make you guys chuckle when I give you this reason because it probably flew over your head. But nonetheless, we'll definitely get into that reason. So, the number one reason why the narcissist is not having sex with you is they're sleeping with someone else or with other people. Yeah, that's a pretty obvious one. A lot of times, or just don't be confused. Some of you may be confused about that. If they're not sleeping with you and you deem this person or perceive that they're pretty hypersexual or somatic narcissist, I would call. And for those of you who don't know, well, let's just rewind and say this. I've made a video on the 6 types of narcissists that I've deemed. Feel free to go back. It's one of my vintage videos I probably did maybe 2 years ago. And maybe I might revisit it and redo it in 2021 fashion. But either way, somatic narcissists are narcissists that are concentrated on their bodies. This could be a female narcissist who did a lot of plastic surgery. These can be narcissists that are gym rats, and you might have met this narcissist as a trainer when you were trying to like snatch your waist in or something like that. They may have extreme dieting with being vegans, vegetarians, and then some of them are a little slick. They might present to be this healthy person because that's the thing about health. Not to digress off of the topic, you can look completely healthy on the outside. They might look like they're eating good and, they are working out and whatnot. And meanwhile, they're sneaking and eating donuts and, they have like actually an unhealthy relationship with food, but it's just not on an outward display for them because, they're keeping their body looking the part. So you have those type of narcissists as well. And that's pretty reasonable because they have a lot of inner conflicts with them anyway. But yeah, if we're going to talk about narcissists and sex, we definitely want to mention the somatic narcissists. And these are the ones that get their self-esteem through sexual conquest. Okay. But yeah, number one, if they aren't sleeping with you, chances are it's because they are sleeping with someone else. They use sex as a tool of manipulation. All right. Number two, you guys, you're too depleted. And I'm actually going to make a video about how your sex and your energy is connected. And for some of you, it may go into a realm of connection between the two that you've never considered. Okay. But yeah, you may actually be too depleted for the sex. And that's because they've drained you and abused you a lot. So your light has dimmed. So considering that narcissists see people as objects, consider yourself like a toy that, oh, I've been there and done that, or it's old and it's dusty and it's broken, or, although some narcissists may get off on sleeping with someone that they just abused or that looks broken down and all of this other stuff, more than not, it's a lot funner when someone is shiny and new. So once they're depleted you and you're the primary source, you start to become unappealing to them because number one, you're seeing beyond the veil. You're not looking at their mask anymore. So yeah, this kind of makes it's a turn off to them at that point. And it's much easier to get someone who's new and fresh and doesn't know any better, who's going to fall for the love bomb and hasn't seen the Theyre On Discard yet. So yeah, so you could become too depleted at that point. Number three, reason why the narcissist stops sleeping with you. Are you pregnant by them? This is like the time when the narcissist treats you the worst at that point. You can expect to be discarded. And honestly, pregnant women can be very hormonal and horny, if you will. So yeah, it's a great way to disregard your needs, at that time as well. So if you're pregnant by a narcissist, you could probably look for the biggest drought you've probably had with them, And I don't know if anybody here has experienced that, can say, yeah, when I was pregnant by the narcissist, it was far in between. And then it puts you in this huge dilemma because, most pregnant women aren't really wanting to sleep with another partner while they're pregnant with another man. Most women, have a conflict with that, So now you are pushed into this celibacy, right? But yeah, if you're pregnant by the narcissist, this is maybe the time when they're not going to sleep with you. And then they have to work around this and that. And that may feel like too much work to them. And there's too much emotions involved in it. And they're certainly not trying to have intimacy. Number four, they're doing it just to manipulate a situation. Like I said, sex is used to barter with a narcissist, quid pro quo, like, I'm doing this for that. So to manipulate a situation, maybe it's something that they wanted and they feel like if they take that from you, you might, fall in line and give them something that they wanted to be able to resume having sex with them. So for manipulative reasons. Number five, you guys, because they do use sex as a punishment and as a weapon. So yeah, they're going to be doing it for a punishment at that point because they know that you want it. They know that you care about these things. So I've said in other videos how things are so off when you're in these narcissistic abusive relationships that when they do extend physical contact, is what I'm going to call it, because it's not really intimacy. It may be the only thing in a relationship that's resembling some form of intimacy, even though it's not true intimacy. But it can be a mind fuck or something that could give you the illusion that you're connected to this person. But yeah, they will definitely, because they're using sex as a weapon, they're definitely going to use it as a punishment, you guys. If you've given them a narcissistic injury or something, they might withhold from you as a punishment, especially knowing that 9 times out of 10, that survivor is faithful to the narcissist. So they know that they're just, you're not going to go cheat, or you're not going to have like some supplies where you're going to get your needs met. Number 6, you guys, they stop sleeping with you because you're in discard. You're just in a discard phase with them. And that means there's no contact from them to you at that point. Number 7, you might be actually dealing with a cerebral narcissist. Now, these are, different from a somatic narcissist, and where they get their ego stroked by feeling smarter or more clever than someone. So they might like to use big words, or they might be some type of bookworm, or they might have like all these college degrees and PhD, and then, they've had this superiority complex because, they've moved up the corporate ladder, or they have more degrees or education. And so at this point, the focus is going to be more on the mind. Now, does this mean that the cerebral narcissist doesn't have sex? No, of course they can have sex as well, but it's just not the most important thing to them. All right. And they still, just like the somatic narcissist, are viewing people as objects. Okay. And I'll add this too. The cerebral narcissist, they may feel like sex is degrading and demeaning, And they might also feel like they're above a human emotion. So to a cerebral narc, it might make them feel even more powerful to be able to withhold, oh, I'm not this mere human that's ran by my flesh. I'm just so, high and mighty and above these type of things. So a cerebral narcissist might, do something like that. And you'll actually run into this type of narcissist maybe in religious settings as well. Although it can go either way, because the somatic narcissist will have the mask of being religious, of course, and meanwhile they're sleeping with the women in the congregation, and vice versa for the female narcissist as well. But religion could run into here as well. They want to present it and are perhaps present it to you, and meanwhile behind the scenes they have some literal hooker somewhere where they're just relieving this stuff, and then they might psychologically feel like after they take a shower and say a prayer that it just didn't happen. Like the self-deceit. And I think I mentioned this in another video about the self-deceit. The child _wildlife says, if you starve it, it will die. Absolutely. Absolutely. As far as getting that narcissist out of your life. Yeah. It might take a while, like that Chucky doll, because they don't like it when you're the one that ends it, okay? So it might actually send them on the chase initially, but eventually. Number 8, you guys, the reason why the narcissist is not sleeping with you is because it's not a requirement to get their needs met. Now, this goes beyond a cerebral narcissist. It just means that they can get what they want out of you without having to sleep with you. Or you're not requiring that they meet that physical need. If it's a need of yours, you're allowing them to escape, meeting that. And it's like, well, it's basically going to be the equivalent to, I don't have to put that much energy into them. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can still get what I want without doing all of that. So I can preserve that sexual energy for a source that requires me to sleep with them. Okay. So, yeah. Hey, Maria C. Number 9. What do they want, Jada? Oh, okay. They got their tablets. The girls are very much active downstairs. Number 9, reason why they stop sleeping with you is to provoke a chase, you guys. To provoke a chase or to get more supply. And this is basically like an attention-seeking type of method. Like, a lot of times, and this is kind of a backwards way of being wired, when people take something, it could provoke someone else to work harder to get that, as opposed to saying, wait a minute, you've changed, you're pulling away from me, is going to make me want to step back as well. but usually it'll activate, especially in a codependent nature person, to provoke them to go harder for something. So yeah, they could if they feel like the power in the relationship is starting to slip towards your end, or they want to feel more empowered, they want to get a little more out of you, they'll withhold. And Melanie Adams says they're not right for doing that. Exactly. Especially, for those of you who were married to them, and they put you in that type of limbo. Number 10, you guys. The reason why the narcissist stopped having sex with you is it was too much work to get you to be uninhibited. A narcissist might be into some things that you don't want to be into. And they're not trying to work hard for anything. They just want someone that's like a yes person in their life, especially if you may not be into some of the things that they may be into. Maybe they wanted you to do a bunch of anal sex. You don't know. Maybe they wanted you to do stuff to them that you felt uncomfortable with. So maybe they wanted to be able to choke you all the time, or I don't know. It could be something about what they want you to do that doesn't feel. Maybe they wanted you to have threesomes. Who knows? I don't know. Whatever it is, it could have been something that you didn't want to do. So they're going to go find it one way or another. They're going to go find it one way or another. Number 11, you guys, reason why the narcissist stopped having sex with you. Who the heck? Someone's calling. I can't even see what's going on my phone. It's doing this weird thing, you guys. Oh, it's my sister. For any of you that come on my live chats, you will notice that my sister Tanya, she is constantly, it's like she has a radar to want to call me when I'm doing live chats. I have to get back with her. But number 11, you guys, the reason why the narcissist stops having sex with you is to break the flow of the relationship or break the intimacy. Someone that's not really trying to build something with you, they're going to find ways to disrupt the flow of, like things are just going too smoothly. They have to do something to break that because they're not trying to have a real connection with you at that point. Chill_wildlife says mine is up on their pedestal and I'm about to kick it out from under them. Power tripping. Yeah. And then the other thing is, it could be a female narcissist that doesn't want to give her husband any head or anything. These things happen. A lot of men, they've suffered. Although most men that come to me in coaching who have been with a narcissistic woman, they miss the sex. So it's usually not that. But you never know. It could be out of punishment. Or maybe she gave you the best head you ever had and then she just stopped, but that was a punishment. Yeah. So yeah, to break that intimacy, you guys, they're always going to find a way to try to disrupt it because they're not trying to really have that with you. So now we get to the number 12 bonus reason. The 12th reason, you guys, that the narcissist doesn't have sex with you is because they would rather masturbate. Yeah, I've just read a lot of studies on this to where they actually would rather masturbate. That's why you might find a lot of narcissists have addictions to pornography and stuff like that. They would actually rather masturbate because you have to understand sex is about them and their ego. It's not about really pleasing you. If they appear to be pleasing you, it's so that they can get the admiration of you bragging about how they put it on you. They're going for that. Anytime they're trying to meet your needs is so that you can stroke their ego. So number 12, you guys, is they would actually rather be masturbating. Yep. I know, right? And then that's how some of them can end up having sexual dysfunctions. You're just doing that so much that you don't even get up for a real woman, or they start having issues in other areas. But narcissists are definitely adventurous. They will pop those pills. They probably were doing Viagra first. They were the first ones on the market doing that and excited to do it. But at the end of the day, you guys, if a narcissist stops having sex with you, be thankful. And I'm going to make a very in-depth video, or at least, I want to bring this home for you guys, the connection between sex and your energy and your life source, because I really want you guys to be a lot more discriminatory and a lot more picky moving forward, because when people come to me on coaching, I want to get them out of that energy of missing the narcissist sexually. Like, even though they did all these things to them, it's something inside that survivor. Of course, it's a soul tie, but there's some psychological things going on as well, where they're still, missing that part with the narcissist. And that's very toxic, you guys, extremely toxic. Victorula says her daughter, 24, became close with her husband after he never paid attention. Since COVID, real chummy. Now I'm outside looking in. I think she's a narc. Oh, so you're saying that the daughter that you had with your narcissistic husband, who's 24, is now having a close relationship with him. Blue Flame Integration says, I had one narc who worked in a gas and oil fields. He would not be able to get it. Yeah, right. Because he probably overdid it. And, karma's real too. Oh my gosh. Chill Wildlife said, I'd rather have a V8. Right. Yeah, you're not missing. You are not missing anything. You're preserving yourself. Nas Farah says, went through this. I used his sex against me by not giving it to me. Oh, he used his sex against you by not giving it to you. Almost had to beg for it because he knew I loved his sex. He made me feel so insecure. I'm happy he's out of my life. Right. Okay, I get you. You fixed your typo afterwards. Yeah. Blue Flame Integration says, too busy watching porn, and I couldn't figure out why he was gone 2 weeks and wasn't able to get intimate. Right, because he probably could have been a sexual addict, 2 weeks out, doing God knows what with God knows who. GC says, my narc mom taught me sex was bad, messed me up. Right. So, yeah, and they can give you complexes about it because they have their own unhealthy relationship with it too. So, but that's something that you can work through, GC. You don't have to stay in that energy. Blue Flame says her narcissist got a stripper pregnant, needless to say. Right. And these are the type of people that they're going after. Someone that they could just pay for it, because that's not intimate, and that might be exciting, But at the end of the day, like I said, you're not missing out on anything. If anything, they're doing you a huge favor by not continuing to take energy from you. All right. So I'm going to stop this live chat, you guys, because I'm pretty straight to the point. You'll find that in all my videos, which makes them not have to be too long, honestly. And I don't like to talk unnecessarily. But those are the 12 reasons, you guys, that I wanted to share with you why narcissists stop having sex with you. Chances are your reason, 99.9, will fall into one of those. All right, you guys. So I hope this helped you. Make sure that you hit that like button. I'm going to come right back on here and start another live chat for another topic. And then I'm going to come back around into this sex topic to talk about the energy aspect of it. That's really important. All right. Yeah, and then some of them, they just, like I said, the things, what did I say for number 10? It was too much to get you to be uninhibited, or it was something dark about the sex that they wanted to have, And that's how Jeffrey Dahmer was having sex with corpses, or some want to have sex with children. There's a lot of darkness to this, all right? So you don't want to mix your energy with that. And I'm definitely going to get into that. I'm going to have that video up for you guys today. So stay tuned. Hit the bell on this channel. I'm going to come back on here at some point today. And we're going to talk about sex on another level. Not why they stop having sex. why you need to be more discriminatory about who you're having sex with, period, whether they're a narcissist or not, because there's energy involved, sacred energy, you guys, that's involved in this. All right. So you guys, thank you for coming in, and I'll see you in the next live chat.